Max, what they say? We outside. Let's get it mowed.
They thought it wouldn't happen. They lied. The devil's a lie.
Countered. I think we're hearing that MaxB's as solid as they come. He did not cooperate, brother.
MaxB, I sent you all the paperwork.
I'm watching the 1090 Jake thing. It said that he.
No, I don't care about 1090. 1090 is just a regular dude like everybody else. The documents, this is what you're looking for. Actually, here. Okay. Let me guide you directly to what you want to read.
Okay, give me a paperwork breakdown.
MaxB. Why? But everybody has to get taken down. Why MaxB?
His brother called me
And said what?
He ratted on him.
Not the wave god.
You want me to play it?
The second MaxB walked out those gates, the whole internet lit up like electricity snapped back on. People jumped straight into fresh accusations before the man even took a full breath of freedom, not even an hour outside, and the timelines were already arguing heavy about whether MaxB cooperated in his case, and the conversations were getting messy fast. The truth is, folks were whispering about this long before he came home, but the moment the news broke that he was officially free, everything exploded again like it never stopped. Suddenly,
Max, what they say? We outside. Let's get it mowed.
They thought it wouldn't happen. They lied. The devil's a lie.
Let's not get close to the gate, guys. They're gonna tell us to move.
every corner of social media had something to say about this so-called MaxB snitching situation. So you already know we gotta break this down and look at what's real versus what's just loud talk from the sidelines. Now here's where things really start spinning. MaxB was originally hit with a 75-year sentence, and later that number got cut all the way down to 17. When people see a switch up like that, they start talking wild instantly, saying things like, nobody gets a number like 75 turned to 17 without giving up something. Those comments keep this whole debate alive and running like a never-ending circle. But here's the twist that throws everyone off. MaxB doesn't even fully deny cooperating in some type of way. He basically said, man, I did enough time, and if I told a little something, then I told it.
To have sex with my hot wife all around the world is nothing. I'm not worried about this shit, bro. I got a whole life to live. I already gave back time on a 20, on a 75 ball. I did a dub and came back and got my shit on PCR. I'm supposed to not cop out? So you telling me if they got a chance to come back right now and cop out, they wouldn't cop out? Come on, my nigga. Because, you know, when you cop out, they make you do a statement version of their facts or whatever. That's part of the plea deal. That's why it's called a plea deal, my nigga. But I had to do 20 years to do that. So keep that in mind. That ain't no shit. I was out in a year. I did that in a year. Now I had to let niggas go through their process. Went through the whole 3-4 denials, done up. You know what I'm saying? Then I found my shit and got relief. So if some niggas want you to ride with them, you know, Misery Love Company, not on my watch. I got shit to do, my nigga. We ain't doing that. I can't stay in here with these. I gotta come over and get rich.
Yeah. He even said that anyone upset about how he handled his situation to get home is just showing hate. That kind of honesty shocked a lot of people. And it's exactly why the conversation keeps getting louder every single day. That one comment sent the online streets into another full spiral, and people started debating even harder than before. To understand why he got hit with such a heavy number in the first place, you gotta look at the whole situation from the beginning. MaxB was connected to a setup involving a woman he knew, a stripper who really liked him, and she told him she had been hanging around some guys who were flashing a lot of money. She said one of them was carrying a whole book bag with around $50,000 inside. MaxB, who was moving with that flashy, fast life mentality at the time, told her to link back up with them again, and he planned to send his brother to pull up and take the cash.
Then it's going to be documented. You can't find why you got time reduction, bro.
Exactly. But now look, this is what I'm on the process now. I just hired a new lawyer, so I got another lawyer, my lawyer, right? But I'm filing an appeal right now that I got going on. So I gotta I'm about to get the paperwork because my lawyer about to get it. But you do know, right? Anytime that you take a sentence, this is anybody that got common knowledge. If you know, was anybody that been in the system. When you take a plea, you got to tell them what you pleaded to. You can't just take no plea and then walk out the courtroom like George Jefferson. It don't work like that.
But see they're not saying he took a plea. He's saying because his attorney got caught doing some things or whatever.
Nah, that's not the fuck what he's saying. This my life right here, Wack. I'm telling you what happened. So what happened was his lawyer was his rap lawyer at the same time, right?
But when his brother showed up at that hotel, everything went in the wrong direction instantly. One of the men in the room reached for something to protect himself, and the whole situation turned chaotic in seconds. After that moment, MaxB, the woman, and his brother all ended up tied into a serious conspiracy case that flipped everyone's world upside down. So when MaxB talks about those 75 years, he's basically saying, yeah, I got found guilty, and yeah, they hit me with that heavy number, but I did my time, about 17 years, and now I'm home.
Meantime, another group of people had the same idea. It began when this woman, Gina Marie Conway, a prostitute who'd been with Plowden, told her boyfriend Charlie Wingate, aka MaxB, a rapper, about the men's money. Then Wingate reaches out to this man, Calvin Leardom.
He and Gina Marie Conway go to the hotel room on that fateful morning of September 22nd, and he is the individual that fires the shot that kills Mr. Taylor.
And after Mr. Taylor was shot, Leardom and Conway took the valuables on him, some $800 along with a Rolex and some other items. They never found the $30,000. That money was hidden in the hotel room, but it was found by the Bergen County prosecutor.
And that's the exact point where the whole debate keeps spinning because people still can't agree on how he made it out. But MaxB stands firm on his position and doesn't back down from it, not even a little. MaxB explained that his brother pushed 4 different appeals and every single one came back denied, which crushed any hope they were holding on to. After seeing that happen over and over, MaxB said he started realizing his brother might never walk out on his own, and that's when he made the choice to sign that statement and cooperate. After serving around 17 years, he said he wanted to lay everything out straight, handle the situation, and finally come home, but his brother did not take that lightly at all. According to the brother, this was straight up betrayal because he was still fighting for his own release, and now he feels like MaxB's decision shut down whatever small chance he had left. His brother's whole argument is basically, you giving information messed up my situation, while MaxB is saying, man, he already filed appeal after appeal and nothing changed, so I did what I had to do. That kind of disagreement had the online streets arguing nonstop and everyone picked a side instantly. But things turned up even more once MaxB stepped back into the world because Wack 100 jumped in and challenged the entire story. He claimed MaxB didn't just cooperate at the end. He said MaxB actually talked during the early stages of the investigation before he was even sentenced. That was a huge accusation because Wack stressed that telling at any point counts the same, whether it's before prison or after 17 years behind bars. Then the internet really started buzzing once paperwork from MaxB's appeal hit social media. His lawyer Wingate argued that the court gave MaxB way too much time and ignored important parts of his life story that could have reduced the sentence. That paperwork sent everybody into another debate because it added even more layers to a situation that was already complicated. They pushed the argument that MaxB's situation wasn't something likely to happen again and that giving him 75 years didn't match what actually went down. But here's the line that made everybody raise their eyebrows and start looking at this whole case differently. The appeal mentioned that MaxB had cooperated with law enforcement by helping them locate Conway, the woman connected to the situation. During the investigation, officers were trying hard to track her down because she had been with those men on the night everything went sideways. The police pulled up on MaxB acting calm, telling him he wasn't being targeted at all and that they just needed help finding her. In that moment, MaxB gave them spots where she usually stayed and places she was known to hang around. Why the police reached out to him specifically is still a question nobody fully understands, but clearly they believed he knew her location better than anyone else. And this right here is the exact part that has the online world arguing nonstop.
Countered. I think we're hearing that MaxB's as solid as they come. He did not cooperate, brother.
MaxB, I sent you all the paperwork.
I'm watching the 1090 Jake thing. It said that he...
No, I don't care about 1090. 1090 is just a regular dude like everybody else. The documents, this is what you're looking for. Actually here. Okay. Let me guide you directly to what you want to read.
Okay, give me a paperwork breakdown.
I sent you the paperwork. This is going to guide you right to where you want to read. This is one part where he's admitting that due to his cooperation, he should be given leniency. Here, that's...
What page is this?
Part, that's MaxB's paperwork.
Okay, yeah, but you sent me a document. What page is on it?
I don't look at it. It'll tell you that. You have all the documents. You even have the appeal.
Some people are saying MaxB already admitted cooperating after 17 years, which was enough to shake the whole conversation by itself. But then you add the second part, The fact that he also helped officers find Conway during the investigation, and that's what took the debate from loud to explosive. And Wack 100 is out here saying, why is everyone ignoring this just because they like MaxB as an entertainer? He keeps pressing the point that the debate stays messy because people don't want to label MaxB as anything, especially someone with legendary status in the music world. But Wack is insisting that the same rules people use for everyone else should still apply, and he claims folks are giving MaxB a pass strictly off favoritism. The internet has been going in circles trying to figure out if MaxB simply handled his situation or if things are exactly what people claim them to be. A lot of people online keep saying MaxB is getting a pass and they can't understand how that's supposed to be considered fair. Things turned up even more when Wack 100 and DJ Academic started going back and forth, arguing heavy about what really counts as cooperating. The whole conversation turned into a full-on debate because both of them had strong, loud opinions flying around. But here's the part most viewers don't understand. A lot of the people watching all this aren't from any type of street environment at all. So to them, the whole thing looks super simple. They hear that officers asked MaxB where the woman was, and they think, man, he didn't put hands on anybody, so what's the big issue? And they say he might have sent people to take some cash, but he didn't tell anyone to take a life, so they don't see him as a full co-conspirator. In their minds, he wasn't hands-on during the actual tragedy, so they treat him differently. But the crime world moves by totally different rules that don't match how regular people think at all. In that world, anything short of "talk to my lawyer" automatically gets labeled as telling, no matter how small or big the information is. That difference in perspective is exactly why the debate keeps going in circles and refuses to die down. Even giving the smallest detail is considered crossing the line in that world, and there's zero wiggle room in how they define it. That's exactly why these arguments keep exploding over and over. Regular folks see it one way, but people who grew up around that lifestyle see the whole situation through a completely different lens. Wack 100 is getting hit with a ton of pushback right now, even though he's saying MaxB clearly cooperated, and Wack keeps repeating that the paperwork and MaxB's own words match up, so nothing about the facts has changed. The crowd online is tired of seeing Wack expose artist after artist, and they're basically begging for at least one person to come home without instantly being dragged into a new scandal. Their whole vibe is, man, let us celebrate somebody for once. They're exhausted from the non-stop drama, and that energy is influencing how people are reacting.
There's another part where you'll see MaxB told the detectives where the girl involved in the murder robbery, where she works, with strip club, and where
is that
lives.
snitching though? I've heard from
Hell
people.
yeah, that's snitching. See, this is the part.
Hold on. If I'm a street dude, let's say me and you are street dudes, and they said, do you know where Wack works? And I said, I know Wack does podcasts or does interviews with DJ Vlad. Am I snitching?
Listen, let's paint the right picture. Academics.
Yeah.
This lady and this dude was involved in the murder robbery. We know you have some involvement as well. What do you know about them? She works at Scarlet Strip Club and lives at this location. They're letting him know she is an interest. He knows she's of interest because they put the plate.
They know what MaxB admitted to. They know what was said about helping investigators, but they're brushing it off because the music scene hasn't had many wins lately, and folks are trying to protect the moment instead of revisiting the reality of everything that happened. People keep mentioning other names in the conversation too. Push gets brought up, the T Grizzly situation gets mentioned, and now MaxB is being added right into that same mix. So yeah, the internet is tired, and every time someone comes home, people want to enjoy the moment instead of hearing another wave of accusations. That frustration is what's creating so much denial around the whole situation. At the end of the day, plenty of people online are saying the situation is basically wrapped up. MaxB admitted he cooperated, the story has been told, and the culture just isn't the same anymore. People are so desensitized to accusations now that nothing shocks them anymore unless someone is literally caught pointing a finger on a witness stand. Anything less than that barely even shakes the room these days. Wack took it even further by hopping on a call with MaxB's own brother, the same brother who's been saying MaxB told on him, and at that point it wasn't even rumor anymore. MaxB himself has already said things like, yeah, I copped out, and yeah, I told them what they wanted after 20 years. He said it straight, and Wack used those exact words to back up his entire argument. MaxB has been open about the fact that after 2 full decades behind bars, sitting on a 75-year sentence with his brother's 4 appeals denied, he felt like there was no point staying silent anymore. In his mind, everything was already locked in. The time had already been served. Nothing was changing, and nobody was getting any closer to freedom, so he made made the choice to tell investigators what they needed and finally walk out of that place. That's the defense he stands on, and he doesn't hide from it. He repeats it proudly every time the topic comes up. But his brother sees the whole situation from a completely different angle. He believes MaxB crossed a serious line because he's still fighting for his own freedom, still sending in appeals, still trying to keep hope alive that he might come home one day. So when MaxB decided to give extra information after all those years, the brother feels like that move crushed whatever slim chance he had left. That emotional divide between both sides is exactly why this situation keeps exploding online. People are watching two completely different realities collide. That's exactly why their disagreement carries so much weight. It's not just family tension, it's two completely different versions of the same story colliding.
Anytime you give any information up on anybody else other than yourself, you're telling. And this is why your crowd is not going to understand. Our rules are our rules. We don't give a damn about what the civilians or the L7 thinks. The minute MaxB told that detective where that woman lived and where she worked, and they apprehended her, she then told on Pooh Sims, who got 120 to life, and she did like 8 years or so. She went to jail as well. You tell it. And if you read the document, you're going to read.
But I heard she told on MaxB as well.
Listen, it don't matter. He told on her first.
People online keep saying this is one of the clearest snitching situations they've ever seen, but the way MaxB is handling it puts him in a whole different category compared to others who get hit with these accusations. He came home and stayed completely silent. No interviews, no long sit-downs, no explanations, nothing at all. He's moving around quietly, acting like the noise doesn't even exist, and honestly, that strategy is working for him right now. MaxB is playing it smart by refusing to feed the conversation. As long as he doesn't address anything, the public starts thinking, man, they're probably just trying to drag him again. And since he's older now and not active in the music world the way he used to be, people are choosing to let certain things fade away instead of digging deeper. Silence turns into a shield when someone isn't chasing the spotlight anymore, and MaxB is using that to his advantage. But everybody knows one thing for sure. The second he sits down in front of a camera and tries to explain the situation, the whole internet is gonna explode again. That's when Wack 100 is gonna pop right back up with every argument ready to go. That's when the conversation spins out of control all over again. For now, MaxB can keep that peaceful, smiling energy that people love him for, but the moment he addresses the topic directly, the internet is not gonna let it slide. Not for a second. What's making this whole situation even more intense is how divided the culture is right now. Some people are saying MaxB's silence is a smart move, but others think it's actually creating more confusion because nobody knows where he really stands outside of what he already admitted. And every day he stays quiet, the debates get louder instead of calming down. A lot of people online keep pointing out that MaxB didn't come home to a clean slate. He stepped right into a generation that argues nonstop about loyalty, cooperation, and who deserves respect. This new era doesn't look at the street code the same way the older generation did, and that's exactly why the reactions are so mixed right now. One side is saying, that's still MaxB, the wave creator, while the other side is saying, nah, once paperwork gets mentioned, everything changes instantly.
Like misspelled words and all this shit, but we went to the thing and found the real court documents, and regardless of misspelled words, what you were saying was in there. He definitely... He told where that woman lived at, where she worked at.
Nah, I've been saying that though, Wack. This ain't no see. Nobody want to listen to me because I ain't got no platform.
Oh, no.
I'm saying nigga ain't can, so that's what it is.
On the phone right now. So here goes the thing.
Oh,
right?
all right.
Now we got past that telling. Now here goes the next thing. We see in 2012, the appeal was denied, right? But then in 2016. He get a 55-year time reduction, right? Now, I'm hearing about whatever went on with his attorney, but here goes the problem. If the attorney, it was misrepresentation for your defense attorney, right? Whatever the is going to go on, whatever the shit they saying is the reason why they're going to reduce your time, right?
The clash between old rules and new culture is wild to watch because both sides feel like they're right. People are also bringing up how unique MaxB's case was from day one. He wasn't the one pulling any triggers, he wasn't in the room, but he was still tied to the situation because he set things in motion from afar. That alone created years of arguments long before he ever came home. Some people believe he should have never received such a heavy sentence, while others say the plan itself put him right in the middle of everything. Even now, that same argument is popping back up all over again, like the whole debate never stopped. And then you've got this new generation of fans who barely know the original situation. They only know the music, the personality, the energy MaxB brought to the culture. That gap in understanding is part of why the conversation keeps spiraling nonstop. They grew up hearing stories about MaxB's influence, the charisma, the wave, the energy he brought into the culture. So when they see people going at him now, their reactions come from nostalgia and respect, not from reading paperwork or breaking down court documents. That's creating a whole new divide because the older fans remember every detail, while the younger fans only know the legend they were raised on. At the same time, industry folks are staying completely quiet. Nobody wants to get caught in the middle of something this messy, especially when the story includes family tension, admitted cooperation, and a case that was complicated from day one.
So what he's saying is his argument was, okay, being that my lawyer was my criminal lawyer and my rap lawyer, he never told me about no deal. Had he told me about his deal, I would have took the deal. So now the court was saying, okay, this is a conflict of interest, right? So being that this is a conflict of interest, what they did was, supposedly what they supposed to do was, okay, we'll offer you the deal, right? Because they didn't want to overturn the whole case. So we'll offer you a deal, which was 20 years. But now, in the midst of taking this 20 years, you still have to give a factual basis for your plea. You can't just take the 20 years and that's it. It don't work like that. In no court system in America. You got to explain to them why you taking this 20 years and what was your part in taking this 20 years. See what I'm saying?
So he got to give something up.
That silence from other artists is making people talk even louder because usually somebody steps in right away to deny or defend these kinds of claims. This whole situation is turning into a perfect storm. Old street rules, new internet culture, a legendary name, real paperwork, and a brother who still feels betrayed. And every single day, the conversation keeps shifting like nobody can agree on what the truth really means anymore. What makes it even crazier is how the narrative changes depending on who joins the discussion. Some people are now saying MaxB's comeback could still be huge because the culture loves a redemption story. Others think the situation might follow him for the rest of his life, no matter how much time passes. And the more people dig into old documents, old interviews, and old statements, the more this topic refuses to calm down. Every new angle just adds another layer, and instead of fading away, the situation keeps getting louder.